Okay, so for the first step I always do is I always sew the frontal lace closure on first, and I usually measure that on my wig block, which is just kind of like a canvas or canvas block for wig making. So what I do is I did that, and I leave it at least like half an inch to an inch past the wig cap, just so I have enough space just in case it slides back when sewing. So this is a size 22 inch, 21 inch. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave it just like that. I'm not gonna cut it open. I'm not gonna split it apart because I wanna keep the shape of the cap so it's easier to grip the head. So what I'm gonna do is start from this tail part, this tail piece, and I'm gonna sew my first track at the bottom. So I'm right-handed. I'm going to kind of put it on my left-hand side. I'm going to leave that there. Turn my sewing machine on, and I cut the tracks just because it's a lot flatter. You can do the flip over method, but I just think it's easier this way. Actually, I will do the fold over method for this, just so you can see. So for what I did, the thread I'm using is a polyester thread. It's a similar thread to nylon, well, this one at least. I got it for Walmart for, I'm not sure, 99 cents, or I think it was $1 or something. The setting I'm going to use for sewing is let's do 3. And 3 is basically a zigzag stitch. The first, my first track, I'm going to line it up with that piece right there. I'm going to bring it up just a little bit, just in case it shifts. I'm going to put that under my sewing machine, line it up, clamp down, and I usually start off very slowly. And what I'm doing is I'm sewing, the zigzag stitch is my favorite because it doesn't sew through the track exactly, it sews around it, so it also prevents shedding. And I'm going to shift backward, stitch backwards about 1/4 inch. And then I'm going to lift it up. I'm going to lift it up, and I'm going to use my nippers. You can get this at Walmart. I can't remember how much it was, but I really do like it because it doesn't hurt my my fingers after if I'm cutting too much. So I just cut the thread from the top, and I kind of move it over and pull it back so it doesn't come through, and I have to rethread it. So now we have our first track sewed on. And you can see why I like to use a sewing machine. I think it's a lot more faster. And look how tight this stitch is. Like these wefts will never come off, they'll never loosen. And I just do that back stitch basically just to for security. And I also like the way it looks inside. It looks very neat and very seamless, I think. So this is the inside. And you see how smooth and how natural, and, well, not really natural, but in a way, it just looks a lot neater. Now we're gonna just flip it over to the opposite side and sew the next track. I'm gonna take this track and just fold it over. I'm gonna press it down as hard as I can and get it in place for my sewing machine. I'm on my next track, and what you want to do, like I said, is just curve it. Don't go straight across, kind of curve it with the cap. Follow the shape of the cap. And you don't have to go really fast. I go pretty fast, and I kind of just shift it. And just keep shifting it. Okay, another quick tip is once that you see as a trick to help you. Now that your wig is coming out as an entire wig, you're gonna get this, basically this cup. And it's hard to do that on a regular sewing machine, usually you would need a wig sewing machine, and it has kind of like a fist or a kind of a ball that you a ball, so it's easy to curve with the sewing machine. So what I do is that I kind of bring it to the edge of my table, and what I do is I place, I place where I'm gonna have my first track. I just place it over the sewing machine like that, and it just falls down, and it's easier to kind of move it around as of now. And I just wanted to stop and show you how it looks on the canvas block so you get the idea, because the video that I'm showing you, it's close up, but you still can't really get a picture or an idea of what I'm saying exactly, and I would know because I'm a visual learner. So like I was saying, when you sew a wig, when you're putting a wig together on your sewing machine, this is how it should look. You don't want to go straight across like this. You don't want to go horizontal, because it'll start to shrink the cap, and the cap doesn't hold on to the head or fit the head as it should. So if you go straight across, the cap will start to shrink. It'll make it smaller, and then it also won't even lay on the head right. So for this is a full wig, so you want it to grip the head comfortably. So what I'm doing is I'm actually, if you can tell that it's going into a C shape. And the C shape is basically to follow the shape of the head. And then merely to like the top, you kind of want to straighten it out a little bit more so you can get to the top and it can fit smoothly. I want to show you that the shape is kind of like almost, it looks like a football. It looks exactly like a football actually. So this is the shape you want to get. You don't want it to be either too square or too rectangular. You want it to be kind of going with the shape of the cap. So now this is the back of the head. This is the back of the wig, and this is the front. So now what we're gonna do is, what I did was, instead of going all the way around in like a circle, I just kind of went track by track, but I curved the track. When I was sewing it, I curved it so it just keeps going in, and as I get higher, I will then make it more horizontal so that it falls to the last piece evenly. We're at our very, very top. Literally, we need like about 3 more tracks to fill it in, but you don't have to worry about it being perfect. So this is what it should look like right now. Like, this is how the top should be coming in. So now you were kind of just doing it horizontal, going straight across, and we're just basically filling that space in. This is what I'm showing you how the last bundle should look. If I get that to focus a little bit. It's very flat and seamless. You don't want to show the frontal lace closure. You want to sew over that, or any closure. You just want to sew over that closure. So now I'm just about to take the braids out and show you how the full look looks.